Michigan on the road at Happy Valley. As I'm looking at it right now, I don't have the full board, so I don't know what our best numbers are, but 1.5 in favor of the Wolverines. Over under a 48.5. Anybody getting in on this Big Ten East showdown?
I am.
Me too. Go for it.
Give me Michigan -1. I think Penn State should be ranked this week based on the other teams that are ranked, but I also don't think Penn State is a great team, and I think that offensively, I've talked about it all year. They can't run the football, and they're going up against a Michigan team that has two terrific pass rushers and a strong pass rush overall, and there's no way in the world they could slow it down because Michigan doesn't have to worry about their run game, so they could just pin their ears back and go get Sean Clifford. And I think that is going to be a problem for the Penn State offense as they've become a unit where it's pretty much everything is on Sean Clifford and Jahan Dotson right now. Like, unless those two are making plays, Penn State is not moving the ball consistently. And those two just aren't capable of doing it all by themselves, especially against good defenses like this Michigan defense that they'll be facing on Saturday. Meanwhile, Michigan, for a couple weeks there on the offensive side of the ball, they kind of struggled to run against both Wisconsin and Rutgers. But while they're not to the same 7.5 yards per carry clip they were in their non-con, they've improved a lot the last few weeks in the run game. And also it's coincided with their passing attack becoming much more of a viable, option for them. They've become much better balanced in offense. And I remember any Michigan team being under Harbaugh, probably maybe the entire tenure he's been there. I just think that offensively they look better than they have at any point in the recent, in their recent history. And I just think that they're a better team than Penn State. So even on the road in that environment, it is scary taking Jim Harbaugh as a road favorite, but I think it's the right play.
I'm going to take, I feel a little bit nervous about it because of all those nice platitudes that you said about the Michigan offense, but I'm going to take the under in this game. It feels, if we want to acknowledge that, Michigan's growth in the passing game is a credit to the quarterback play, the unit itself. Michigan State also has been revealed that is a little bit of a weakness defensively for the Spartans. And I've looked at that data point in a lot of a different light. And Penn State on the back end of its defense is pretty good. Like you said, it's all about Jahan Dotson hitting explosive plays, and the inability to run the ball has me feeling confident that Michigan wins at the line of scrimmage most downs when Michigan is on defense going up against Penn State offensively. I think that the scores will be there for Penn State because of the explosiveness and the possibility of Dotson, but I just don't think it's going to happen consistently enough. I think this one plays right into our hands for our perfect Big Ten expectations of a game that's decided in the high teens to mid 20s. So I will go with the under. Are there any 49s left?
Nope.
Okay, 48.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's where we'll go. Let's lock up the Michigan Penn State under.
If it helps, it is supposed to be cold and windy with possible rain.
Bud, you got any play? You're muted.
I do. I want to know if Chip might want to join me on this one. I am going to go to a first half play on this. We could have maybe a little snowflakes. I mean, I'm looking at kickoff temperature 38, precipitation 40%. I mean, I'm not a huge math guy, but it seems to me like that could be snowy, could be cold.
Wait,
that's rain. That's rain.
Is precipitation percentage about the chances that it rains or the percentage of the coverage area that will receive rain?
It's precipitation.
Okay.
So if it's below 32 or typically 35, it depends on, it depends on the air temperature up in the clouds, whether it's going to be snow or rain for the most part. Like, it could be above freezing on the ground, but if it's cold enough up high, it'll be snow when it comes down.
But it's I think that when they say it's a 40% chance of precipitation, whether it is snow or rain, I think it has to do with, they're saying out of this area that we have determined, whether it's a zip code or a city or whatever, this percentage of the coverage area will receive rain, as opposed to, there is a 40% chance, like on the odds side of things. So spotty, cold, rainy, wet, but I love it. I mean, it helps. It makes me feel more confident, but I like that.
I'm going for the first half, Chip. I'm going under 24 in the first half. Penn State is really good at preventing explosive plays. We saw that against Ohio State. I don't think you're going to give up explosive plays, at least not early, to Michigan. On the off chance this game gets out of hand and somebody has to start gambling a little more on defense, I think that's maybe when the explosives could come. I expect like a tight, low-scoring first half in this ball game. So I'm going to play the under 24 in the first half.
It is supposed to snow here tomorrow night, which I'm very excited about.
I'll lock it up with Bud because I was going to go with Chip, and Bud sold me on the first half under. So I'll go ahead and do that. Like, it sounds good to me. It makes a lot of sense. And I do worry if the game goes one way or another that it brings that into play. I also have another play where I'm going to be fighting somebody. I have 3 reasons why I'm making this play. I'm going to go ahead and take Penn State. Give me Penn State.
Fight.
We've got a fight and we've got a lock agreement, me and Chip. So there are 3 reasons why I'm taking this play. 1, out of spite, because the committee has these teams both ranked incorrectly. The fact that Michigan is ranked 1 spot higher than they should be, and the fact that Penn State is not ranked is egregious. I swear, I think they just forgot that they were on the board. I think it just kind of slid under the radar. I do think that will irk some Penn State players for that reason. The other reason I'm going to take Penn State is Tom is way ahead of me. So I need to catch up and try to get him. So if I have an opportunity to do that, I'm going to go ahead and jump on it. And I don't think it's that crazy to take Penn State at home against the Michigan team where I'm still kind of looking at him. You mentioned Cade McNamara in this newfound passing game. It's still kind of reverted back. I know we had 2 touchdown passes last weekend against Indiana, but it was very more game manager-esque. So that's one reason why I like Bud's play with the under in the first half. And then the third reason is I had 3 cups of coffee this morning. I am jacked up. So I am ready to go. I am just spraying the board all over the place.